Hello everybody and welcome once again to Casual Gamer Oz as we now enter our 7th season on Career Mode F1 2017. My name is Ben Waterworth and just reminding you, look at that beautiful ugly man there sitting underneath the Ferrari logo because we finally have changed teams in our 7th season after 6 long seasons of Toro Rosso. Finally, we've changed teams and we've changed into the best possible team, Ferrari. I've come in a little bit early here for our round 1 here in Australia because we should have a brand spanking new rival. Not only because we drew with Kimi Raikkonen, but also because Kimi Raikkonen is not driving anymore in the sport because I've replaced him. So let's press this. And we should see dear old Emma. Hello, Emma.
Hey.
Hey.
Looks like you've got a bit of rivalry going on out there.
No way. Is it?
Talking about you.
Really?
Sure
What were you looking at just there? Your eyeballs kind of looking me down there. Going to be my teammate, yeah. Start off with Seb. Just having a good old conversation there with Anthony Davidson. Why wouldn't he be? Yeah, alright. So we're going to go into our very first qualifying session, of course. 1 lap qualifying. We don't do practice sessions here on Casual Gamer Oz. And, of course, we're implementing the rules again. No flashbacks. So we obviously let ourselves get away sneaky with a few there with Toro Rosso. But we are, of course, the defending world champions based on what we did last season. So we're going to see how we go here in terms of pace and everything along those lines. Difficulty, we're still on 60. Let's get into this. Best qualifying here, 15th last season. Oh, look how beautiful that looks. Just look how beautiful that looks. Anyway, let's see how we go in terms of qualifying here in a Ferrari. Our very first qualifying session in a Ferrari. Our teammate Sebastian Vettel looking like he's got the pace there to currently maintain that. Whoa, I've got to now break myself, and of course we can't use flashbacks, can we? Nope. That's the new rule here, folks. And yeah, just a bit of pressure. They expect us to qualify in the top 2. No pressure at all then. Wow, okay. And I do really like this circuit, of course, and just the luck I've had here. Obviously, he's not being brilliant. 15th is the highest I've ever qualified. And this is going to be a terrible way to start, because it looks like we're going to be qualifying dead last on Ferrari debut. We didn't get an opportunity to change our car number, did we? Which we were talking about before. Nice to have that number 1 on our car. We've snuck up to 15th at least here at the moment, so that's something. How does this car feel? Feels like it steers a little bit better than the Toro Rosso. Of course, the Toro Rosso, we just managed our top speed there with the powertrain. And didn't focus on anything else besides the chassis and the aero kind of into that last season, so we've got a little bit more of a complete car this time around with the Ferrari, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to develop this engine up again to try and get the powertrain up past our Toro Rosso cells. So we come across here into the last bit of the straight. Actually going to do pretty well. 6. Which, I mean, yeah, I was going to say they're going to be disappointed with. That's our best ever qualifying here in Australia, folks, so I'll take that. Vettel, our teammate, Red Bull, Verstappen, 2nd. Wow, I've never seen that before in this game. And Bottas way down in 5th. Interesting. How did our former team go, by the way? Kvyat's returning, of course, to this game. 16th and 17th. Well, okay, there you go. All right, let's look forward to the race. I'm going to get into that now. I'm excited for this Ferrari debut. And of course, we've got no flashbacks here, folks. But 6 is decent. We should hopefully avoid a bit of carnage, hopefully. Touchwood coming into the first corner. And, I mean, we do have a very strong non-retirement streak previously before we started doing flashbacks. So, we actually haven't had an official retirement on the record, at least by watching it, since our 100th Grand Prix. Which, of course, came back in Season 3 of this game, F1 2017. And, yeah, of course, we're going to be losing the rivalry. We're not really focused on the reputation here, are we? Our former team, well, of course, they hate us because we left them. Look at that. Wow. Obviously, we're going to say Ferrari, basically. Probably I'd say for the rest of this game. I don't see why I would change. All right, let's go. Race. We want to win World Championships for Ferrari. We are the reigning champions, of course, for Toro Rosso. But our goal here, of course, this season is not only to win the championship, but I want to win Constructors. We haven't won a Constructors, of course, because dear old Carlos Sainz never got any points. I got points, I think, in 1 race in my entire Toro Rosso career. So, yeah. Alright. Ferrari debut. I'm actually recording this sitting here in my Ferrari jumper, so it goes to show my Ferrari fandom. Anyway, are we on the inside or the outside? I believe we'll be on the inside, shouldn't we be? Shouldn't we be? Actually, no, I don't think we will be. What's... Oh, no, we are. Okay. Alrighty. How's our rich mode looking, if we can put it up there? Not too bad. Alright, we'll stick to rich mode. Starting our first Grand Prix for Ferrari in 6th position. It is go, go, go. Our Ferrari career is underway. Massa with a very racy start to begin Season 7 here. Whoa, and already we've got it off to a terrible start. And yet no flashback. I've damaged the front wing and I've spun out dead last. The worst possible start to our Ferrari career. Wow. That is disappointing. We've waited all this time to get this opportunity to mix it in with the big boys, and what happens in our very first Grand Prix? We find ourselves off at the first corner, spinning out and damaging our front wing. Yep. Welcome back to the world on Casual Gamer Oz, where we have no flashbacks and we drive like an absolute idiot. Yeah, I don't know what the hell Jeffrey's telling me right now. Of course, we only do 5-lap races here in Casual Gamer Oz, so we won't be pitting. There's no point. We're dead last. And, yeah, we're just going to have a bit of fun here to try and catch up. We're not going to get our target of 4, so we're going to have the worst possible way to start off in our career with Ferrari in terms of matching the overall target. We've set the fastest middle sector of anyone, if you don't mind. And still keeping this in rich mode, just to see how much we can catch up to the guys in front. We've got Ericsson in front of us, but with a bit of a damaged front wing, it's going to make it a little bit difficult, of course, to push it fully. But, yeah, meanwhile, our teammate, Vettel, is leading this Grand Prix. And we're going to be the ones letting us down in the Constructors' Championship straight away. So, yeah, very disappointing start here to our Ferrari career. Alright, let's just put it back to standard mode here. We should be able to catch this group in front of us, I'd say, by the end of this lap. Just with the pace that we have in a Ferrari. It is, of course, the best overall car in F1 2017, at least in this career mode, if you look at the development train. So we should be able to have a bit of a battle here and try and make our way up just slightly through the field here. So we shouldn't finish last, which, of course, is a positive. Now, we had a comment... WRL Schumacher, I believe, was their name. Great name. Big Schumacher fan, of course. So, and they comment on one of our videos basically saying that we should increase the difficulty level for this season. And, yeah, I completely agree with you, WRL Schumacher. We're just going to get ourselves in a bit of a mixture here to see how we go in terms of it. And I might just do that. Of course, we started way back in 72, and now we're down on 60. But we're just going to keep this on 60 just for a little bit. We're not going to do anything like we did last season in terms of decreasing it down for like Monaco or Hungary or Japan. And of course, obviously, flashbacks we've not allowing ourselves to do anymore. So just a few things, I think, to find our feet in terms of just getting ourselves raring to go here in a Ferrari. And we'll obviously visit that aspect a little bit down the road. So clearly starting off here, not the best way, as I keep mentioning. And the car's actually handling not too badly, even with the damaged front wing. So, not as bad as I at least thought I would be. And we're catching the back of these Saubers, very much so. Otherwise, it looks like we'd have a Ferrari winning and a Ferrari finishing last. Which, yeah. Not the best, of course. But it's only race 1. We won the World Championship last year, and I do believe I only finished 9th here last year in Australia, so 2 points for eventually winning the championship. And arguably would have been our worst result of the entire season, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway. So, just so happy to be able to stare at this beautiful red car. It is a beautiful, beautiful machine. And of course, finally getting out of Toro Rosso. The dream was to drive for Ferrari. You saw how excited I got at the end of the last video, round 20 there in Abu Dhabi, thinking that I was only going to get a Mercedes drive. Didn't think I'd done quite enough to get into a Ferrari seat, but I have, and here I am. Vettel setting fastest lap after fastest lap. It's good for us in terms of the overall pace of this car. If only we were up challenging at the front. Interested to see who it was actually spun us out. Have a bit of a gander here. beautiful it looks. Well, this is not good. Get out of this view, Ben. There we go. We're catching rapidly Ericsson, but we're not catching him as much as we would like. We're in the penultimate lap here, and we're only really just getting to him. I'm going to put this back up to rich mode here, I feel, to really get past him. Because we are actually not up to the back of him where we should be. So, a little bit disappointing, actually. We might end up finishing last here, folks. So we might end up having a Ferrari winning and a Ferrari last. And of course, now it becomes the opposite in terms of the Constructors' Championship. I'm bitching and moaning about Carlos Sainz not doing anything for the team. It's going to be completely the opposite here about me not doing anything for the team. So the fastest middle sector of anyone there. Like to get within at least DRS zone. Vettel, another fastest lap. Just killing it out the front. You can see there on the map too, just how far in front he is. We have a great car this year, it does seem. Just let go a little bit of the throttle there, otherwise I think I was going in the wall. And we cross the line now. Final lap of the race. Surely I'm within a second here of Ericsson to get DRS. No, I'm not. Wow. Alright. And we dive one down here at turn 3. Not quite. Still always get stuck on that curve at that corner. That always costs me the time. And of course I can't push it to the absolute limit with that damage on the front wing. A little bit ragged there. Got to get ahead of Ericsson here. Got to get ahead of Marcus Ericsson. My very first team here on Casual Gamer. I was back in F1 2016. Sauber. Can't get beaten by one of them in my F1 debut for Ferrari. My former, well, it wasn't even my teammate, was he? He was one that I had replaced, of course. I had Nazar as my teammate back in F1 2016. Remember him? And it looks as though I'm going to get beaten by the guy that I actually replaced in F1 2016. Vettel wins. My teammate wins the Grand Prix. Good start for us here in the red, but not the guy in red that we wanted to win. And this is not going to be good for us because we're going to finish dead last here on our Ferrari debut. And this is a very disappointing way to start. We'll get DRS as a bit of kick in the face here, folks. We didn't need it. We're going to be dead last. Ouch. Not good. Jeffrey, go off at me.
Well, that's a disappointing result for sure, but we'll try to bounce back in the next one.
Thank you. Well, we will, because we definitely need to. That was, yeah, that was pretty piss poor effort there, Benjamin. I know we were taking out that first corner, but still, my fight back, not what we wanted there. All right.
And that brings to an end.
Maurizio's happy with one of us. Who else got on the podium? Oh, Ricciardo got on the podium, and Massa.
Anywhere in the world, the prancing horse
Wow.
is a dominant
No Mercedes on the front, on the top 3. That's fascinating.
of the World Championship.
Bottas, Hamilton down to 7th. So I think he was involved in that start line incident with me because it said I had an overtake on him. So we'll just see. I get a very slow start. So there's a Force India right behind me. The Haas gets very racy. Just keep an eye on me there. And we're going to cut here. I clip the back of Massa and then I get spun. Now, that's interesting. How did I actually spin there? I just went in a little bit too deep. So there, and I've gone off circuit. They've said I've overtaken Hamilton illegally, which I guess in some aspects I have. Well, Verstappen, Massa, all with the hands raised. Yeah, that's an interesting little one there, isn't it? Oh, and I just couldn't quite hook the back of the car into order there. Oh well. So, we'll obviously advance ourselves here and see that we get a pretty piss-poor career score based off our terrible start here for Ferrari, because we're off to China next. It's a Grand Prix that we have gotten pole at before and we're on the podium last year, so decent-ish Grand Prix for us. And we're just going to wait and see here what the terrible score. We're going to get hardly any development points, of course, I can imagine. 74, yeah, that's fair enough. Yep, we're obviously going to be getting our asses whooped there. I mean, no reputation. We're nearly into the red zone already in our first race in Ferrari. And just to show we didn't use any flashbacks. There we go. We're not going to do a checkpoint challenge or a time attack. We're not doing any invitation course anymore. Thank you for tuning in to Casual Gamer Oz. We will be back in China, and hopefully our Ferrari career can finally start properly then. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And we appreciate any feedback that you do give us. We'll speak to you next time. Good night.